Michael.
Good
You sound
evening.
in good spirits.
Yeah, I feel good.
Yeah, I was calling about one of your coworkers today was talking about an unfortunate situation that happened downtown yesterday, and around 6 o'clock in the evening. I think they were saying that she works downtown. I always say young lady. I mean, she was not young, but young lady. She was assaulted in the basically the afternoon. But you remember back in the summer when I was still going through my rehab situation, I mentioned to you, don't forget, Michael, there were some school-aged children, high schoolers, that have legitimate reason to be downtown. And then, people kind of, your hosts, and some of us regular callers, and I have to agree with you and George and your last caller, because some of us regular callers and hosts, but mostly the regular callers, and sometimes even I still have to throw my hat in the ring, we make Pittsburgh someplace special. You guys like that stuff too, but hey, that's old stuff. But I wanted to say that we need all hands on deck as far as not letting things like that continue to happen. Because I was on hold with that host.
Things like what? Things like what, Ross? I lost you there.
Assaults.
Oh, I see. You mean downtown?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
yes,
yeah,
sir.
okay, yeah, gotcha.
The sometimes, speaking of regular callers, and you get this, and those of us that listen on the weekends, why is it so hard for us to understand when we have someone of, a Wayne Van Dyne stature, modern day, telling us what's going on downtown? Let us hear his eyes and ears, and for those of us who chime in, I usually don't. On the video side, we see these things, but for some of us, it's nothing new. Like, I shared with you and other hosts that I saw these same things when I got out of high school, because my graduation gift was a car. So I didn't have to take a bicycle downtown in the 80s anymore. I had a car. But I didn't participate. I like to watch. Lynn H. Freeland famously says, and I love when she chimes in the afternoon, she used to get paid to observe people. They would always report. Well, when you retire from security work, you're kind of in the same mind frame. Now, of course, I'm retired, but there's nothing, sadly, new going on downtown. That funding, staffing, problems at home that need to be addressed that aren't getting addressed. And it's sad because you say you don't understand, but say our current president is consistent. Yes, his mentor, Mr. Cohn, makes sure of that. Now, 95% of the time that we understand that he does not have a moral compass, he tells us himself because his lips are moving when that happens. But locally, we understand the problems downtown, but it's a combination of the COVID made things easier to see, more influx because it's a center point of the confluence of the area, curious kids, others who never got out of the gray economy, others got more into the gray economy because economics is bad, but, you could talk politics, you could talk local crime, you could talk people who have arrest records because of our system, and from POTUS on down to, the mayor of Popo Town, the system is what we have to work with. He works the system well. He has no moral compass. We have people who talk about local situations, and it's believable because there are others who just volunteer their time to chime in and say, hey, we're not, the eyes and ears that are downtown are not lying to you. It's bad. It can get better, but everyone has to chime in. We all have to help. And if we're not helping or sitting back and just letting things happen, how does a young lady get off work at Fifth Avenue Place, not too far from, where you guys used to be headquartered? I know, different entities, different management. Is assaulted, has her purse taken, and she's tased. Oh, and the Rob Reiner situation you're talking about, unfortunately, wasn't a gun. Now, the Reiners were sadly notable people, but their son had issues, psychological issues, drug issues, and he used a knife. And it wasn't a secret in their circle, but it was sad that the world heard and saw the President of the United States downgrade this young man's family But I have to commend the sister who's not letting him use the family money for the defense. You followed all that, though. I hate to bring things down, but I'm just trying to be hopeful about Pittsburgh. I'm 54 years old now. Over the past 5, 6 years,
I'm always hopeful about Pittsburgh. I'm
yeah.
You're jumping around so much. I'm trying to get your point here, and I would, and I differ with people who. I'm downtown a lot. I go down there for lunch. I go down there for dinner. I have clients downtown. Have I ever had any issues? Man, I've told some people to get the hell away from me, I guess. But it's not. I have no issues with downtown Pittsburgh. I don't. Listen. Every city has its problems. Every town, every borough, every little you think crime doesn't happen in Beaver County? And in Armstrong County, Washington County, are you kidding me? I mean, this is reality.
Right.
You just keep going about your life and just keep trying. And I've often said, the neighborhoods that are stigmatized in counties all around Western Pennsylvania, there are neighborhoods that are stigmatized. And,
but they don't give
there
up.
More neighborhoods are stigmatized in Allegheny County than any other county, and it's and I see I know some trailer parks in Westmoreland County and Butler County, and they're sort of stigmatized by people who because there's been crime there and drugs and this and that. But I'm going to tell you something, and this is
okay.
I'm just one person. Who has an opinion. And people have differing opinions, but I'm going to tell you this: for every criminal, jerk, slime bag like that kid downtown who punched that woman at the 7-Eleven and who did that crime spree for a week, there are 500 people trying to make a neighborhood better, and that's the reality, and that is the reality.
And the problem is there's no spotlight on the good ones.
The spotlight is always on what happens that's bad. Ross, thanks for the call. I appreciate it. I do. I really appreciate it. ABC News is coming up, and we'll get, I think the lead story tonight was the latest on the tariffs. But I'll tell you that Nepal thing, man, can you believe those videos? Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, hundreds dead. I mean, thousands missing. The force of that mud and that water. My God. All right, I'll be back after news.
Here's the latest from the KDKA Community Message Board.
The hottest tickets in town are at Rivers Casino. See live music, comedy, and more all in one place. Visit riverscasino.com for a full lineup and tickets. Odyssey and McGee Women's Research Institute have teamed up for a new women's health podcast. Understudy asks researchers the biggest questions in women's health, and they are finding answers that could change lives around the world. Tune in where you find your podcasts. Sponsored by Genentech, a member of the Roche Group. Toward the Park is Saturday, September 26th at North Park Lodge. It's a family-friendly event that supports the Allegheny County Parks Foundation and its mission to improve, conserve, and restore the 9 Allegheny County parks. General admission and VIP tickets available. VIP includes early entry and food samples. Details at portthepark.com.
Details at KDKARadio.com.
Retirement, it's almost here. Are you ready? Well, join Kurt Kanodik and Ethan Lane of Accurate Solutions Group for your retirement blueprint. Let Kurt and Ethan help you plan for your retirement dreams. Don't miss your retirement blueprint, Sundays at 10. Investment advisory services offered through ASG Investment Management, LLC.
Did you see that UFO last night?
Is it real? Or is it AI?
How about the aircraft carrier floating down the river?
Nowadays, it's tough to determine what's legit and what to believe.
I know it's true because it was all over my feed last night.
But when it comes to news, depend on Pittsburgh's original news source since 1920. The Voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
From the Aetna Medicare Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
ABC
News, I'm Dave Packer. Severe downpours in the east leading to the cancellation of over 1,200 flights today and more than 7,000 delays. The last hour seeing ground stops at Washington Reagan, New York's JFK, and LaGuardia. With a map over his shoulder reading, "Making the Great Lakes Even Greater," President Trump signed an order in the Oval Office renaming Lake Ontario to Lake America within 30 days. It's the latest move in his trade war escalation with Canada.
Canada's Prime Minister Mark Carney noting the name of the lake dates back more than 400 years, adding this lake is called Lake Ontario today and forever. The lake borders New York, whose Governor Kathy Hochul bluntly rejected the president's new name, posting, "New York won't be calling it that."
ABC's Mary Bruce. The death toll rising in Nepal following devastating flash flooding. Officials say at least 389 people have been confirmed killed, 1,300 still missing, among them 90 Americans. This is ABC News.
In Pittsburgh, Chase is proud to root for the home team because they're our team too. We cheer from the bleachers and on the sidelines. We cheer for gymnasts and quarterbacks. And with more than 25 local Chase branches and 5,000 nationwide, we are right beside you, Pittsburgh. Neighborhood bankers, digital tools, national strength. Chase, make more of what's yours.
JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Make 380 Auction of Murraysville your next stop for all of your gardening needs. Great prices on vegetables and flowers. 380 Auction has name brand furniture, tools, automotive supplies, pet supplies, lawn and garden, toys, food, and new items arriving daily. 380 Auction is open Tuesday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 724-339-3132. That's 724-339-3132. Or log on to shop380.com and save.
Cha-ching! That's the sound of Lowe's Labor Day savings. Get up to 45% off select major appliances and save up to an additional $100 on select laundry pairs. Plus, get 3 bags of Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil for just $10. Labor Day deals are on now at Lowe's. In-store and online. Valid through 9/9 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details. Soil offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred roofing replacement contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
There will be some clouds around tonight. There might be a thundershower in spots early, and then some fog developing late, low 61. Partly sunny tomorrow, a high near 80, then clear to partly cloudy and comfortable tomorrow night, low 58. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Brian Thompson, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Hi, this is Larry Richard. Join us Friday on the Big K Morning Show, 5:30 until 10, with everything you need to know going into the weekend and details on Bruno Mars' visit to the Berg.
Okay, join Larry, Big Larry, my man Larry. Join him tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. for the Big K Morning Show. Larry will have everything for you right there. And Paul Rasmussen and the whole Big K team. Okay? All right. Patrick in Ohio. Patrick, you're on KDK. Hello, Patrick.
How are you doing, Michael?
I'm okay, Patrick. How are you?
Good. All righty, I'll get rolling here. Number one, I think our president needs to take a geography course. Has he ever heard of the St. Lawrence Seaway?
Oh, boy.
And who the only American-owned lake is Lake Michigan, and my brother, who's in Florida, sent me a map and that had the name changed to Lake Epstein.
Oh my God! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
The second thing is, you know what? The social democrats don't scare me at all. I believe that they're just a part of a much larger picture. They don't carry enough weight
Yeah, they don't listen. You know what, Patrick, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. They don't scare me. I just get tired of the bull. Trying to take Santa Claus out of a parade. It's not inclusive. He's a man. A snowman has to be a snow person. It's the dumbest stuff.
I dealt with that
it's
stuff back
so
at
stupid.
the turn of the century, and when I taught in the Columbus City schools, and it comes and it goes. It's nothing to.
And I've lived it. I've lived it in the sense of I've lived it as a ward chairman in the Allegheny County Democratic Party, Patrick, and I felt the bigotry, and I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all. But and I'm not some holy roller, Patrick, and I don't wear anything on my sleeve. I don't do that about my life. I'm very private, but
right.
I'm not. If you think I'm ashamed to going to the Spanish Mass for immigrants every Sunday of my life with the great Father Dan Walsh, then you have another thing coming. But before that, I never missed church on Sunday. And I know, and I'm not trying to wave a wide brush about progressives. I'm not. But they were bigots against people like me because I went to church, and I've lived it. I could give names. I wouldn't.
Right.
And I know their opinions on white males, gay or straight. They have issues with, but I don't know. I haven't been involved in the committee for some time, but I hear the rumors about their issues with Jewish people. But I can tell you right now, Catholic. I don't care. It's not just Catholics. They have no use for people who go to a church. They don't, and I don't like that bigotry, and I'm not afraid to say it. And they can nail me to the cross. I don't care, but I know exactly how I was treated. I know exactly how certain people were treated because they went to a church, and no one's going to convince me otherwise. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
That's all right. You look out there across the wide spaces, and there are many people who were in the same boat as you, and for other reasons, but you get through it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
What you did. You got through it.
Sure.
And I want to move on, and I want to move to this election that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And we have got to remove the enablers that have allowed this president to do the things he's done. And it's you look at, check the voting record of some of these folks before you go. Once that election is over and those cuts to Social Security, Part D, all those other things, you're going to see many of the people in the red counties and red states, they're going to be negatively affected. And they don't realize we're not talking enough about that.
And I think, listen, Patrick, I think they're starting to pay attention. If you look at the polling, he is losing so much of the people that voted for him. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm. But there's so many of them that just kind of slide by, unassummed. It's amazing here in Ohio how many of these folks suddenly discovered veterans and how they're standing up for them and how they're going to make sure that even if there's a shutdown, the veterans will get paid. What about the veterans' parents? What about their family members? It's listening to what's being said and what's not being said is just frustrating the living daylights out of me. And we need somebody to stand out there. If you've got a computer, folks, go to your computer, look up the voting record, look who voted for this big, beautiful bill and how it's going to negatively affect you and your families. It's not giveaways. These are things that people need to survive. Not enough's being done to talk about how are we going to get medical treatment and medical services to the rural counties in these states where the hospitals are closing down and people were left, hanging. There's something has to go between your ears and let you realize
the changes. What you're talking about for seniors, Bill. Patrick. Sorry, Patrick. I have a guy named. One of my listeners, Bill, keeps texting me, and Bill, that's okay. You can text me anytime you want to. I'm getting a lot of texts and emails here tonight. I must be really saying crazy stuff, but anyway, which I do anyway.